Hey guys, so today is October 11th, which is National Coming Out Day. If you don't know what that is, that's basically a day where we celebrate people in the LGBTQ we celebrate people in the LGBTQ community who have either come out or people who might be struggling to come out. Just their courage, and it definitely takes all their courage to do that, to either sit down from the camera like this or talk to your parents about it, your friends, whatever it may be. It's definitely not an easy thing for people to do. I mean, I didn't really officially come out as gay either, so that's probably another story. But so yeah, so it's kind of awesome that we have this day where people can either watch other people's videos or talk about it, or it's just just a thing. So that's pretty cool. So it's National Coming Out Day, and today's just kind of a day where I wanted to sort of talk about something and share something with friends, family, and stuff. And it's just kind of easier to make a video and share it on like Facebook or whatever. But also, I've really been wanting to start a YouTube channel. I love YouTube. I watch it all the time. So I just want to kind of do this video as my first video and talk about something that's like going on in my life, but also be able to help other people. And if one person learns something from this video, that's like, it's good enough for me. It was a good choice to do this. I feel like there's just some things that I hope I can help educate people some more on. Yeah, just talk about different stuff. But basically, so being gay and being different is something that obviously most of my life has been. I was always very quiet, very shy growing up. And I think once I realized like that I was gay, that, I got my hair cut instantly, like from that day on. It's crazy. My friend was there and she was like, literally, like, dude, like when your hair got cut off and like the smile on your face, like instantly from like that day on, like you were who you like are, like who you have always been, really, like deep down inside, but were too shy or not comfortable or confident enough in yourself to fully be yourself. So just little things like that. That's really awesome that you can do that. You cut your hair, change your clothes, and feel so much more comfortable in your own skin. And I hope people can watch this and realize that, like, that's cool. Like, you can do that. Do whatever you want. Like, I reached a point where I stopped caring what people thought, because at the end of the day, your opinion is the only one that matters. No one else's does. No matter what people tell you, people bully you, whatever. Like, who cares? Honestly. Do what makes you happy. So, in my sort of journey to gayness, we'll call it. That's very lame. But, I was always kind of a tomboy, I guess, growing up. From a very young age. I didn't really wear like super, like I always wore girl clothes, but I like rode dirt bikes, like snowmobiling, did stuff that I guess is like stereotypically more boyish or whatever. And I had like Hot Wheels and tech decks and like the WWE like fighting ring and like everything. Like it literally was like I was spoiled rotten, like and my parents would always get me like whatever I wanted. They were never like, no, you can't have that, that's a boy toy. Like I don't remember them ever telling me that, which is really awesome. Some people are less fortunate where like there's a little boy that wants to wear a dress and their mom like or dad like freaks out and like, what? Like that doesn't, if a kid wants to wear a dress, let him wear a dress. Like if he wants to paint his fingernails, like do it. Like I see so many little boys now that like have their fingernails painted, and I like look at their parents and I'm like, you're doing it right. Like that's so awesome. Like who cares what other people think? So yeah, so elementary school, all my friends were guys. Like I had some friends that were girls for sure. When I was just talking to them, like they'd be like, oh my god, you're friends with Bub, like whatever, and they'd be like, I would get more attention that way, which was nice, from girls at least. But yeah, whenever I had like Halloween parties and stuff, it would all be guys and girls, whatever. It was a good mix of people. But yeah, I would like skateboard, rollerblade, whatever. tomboy things. It's just crazy because like the stereotypes of everything is just like so ridiculous now, and now that I'm older, I look at it and I'm like what is masculine, what is feminine, like gender roles, like all of this stuff. It's just so like society just pushes all this crazy stuff on us, and it like shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter at all. And like I hope like 50, 100, 200 years, however long it takes, like there will be a time where like genders and sex and all these stereotypes and all these things just won't exist, and you'll just like introduce yourself and say what your preferred pronouns are and like what, you know, who you're into, like whatever. Like it's not gonna be this thing where people just automatically assume all these things about you, because you can't just judge a book by its cover, literally. So that would be really awesome. I probably won't live to see that. I don't know. It'll probably take 100 years, honestly. I mean, right now, I feel like a lot has changed in the past 5-10 years, whatever. Definitely like progressing. We're like on the right track, and I feel like, you know, my generation is paving the way, and I really hope that like we can stick through and we can get through this, because there's just so many kids, so many younger kids that like their parents need to know about these things, and we're about to be like parents. Like I'm 23, so like we're gonna be the next people basically to have kids. So I really hope that like everyone can understand these things and learn all these different genders and learn about them. Don't make fun of them. Don't be like, you know, the worst is when I see a post, I think it's like the Human Rights Campaign, they posted something about a non-binary person who's an actor, and the comments were just like horrible, and people were just like, identify as a toaster, like that's not, like, oh my god, like just people are so ignorant about so many things, and it's just one thing that like obviously like is close to me, and I don't understand how people can't see that that's not right, that you just can't, just don't comment on these things if you have no information on them. There are so many resources, like so many resources where people can actually take 5 minutes to read an article or watch a video. Like it's so accessible now, which is so awesome, and it's really good for me too, because there was just always so many thoughts in the back of my head like my whole life that I just kind of pushed aside. I just was like, you know, whatever. Like I didn't fully realize like I liked girls until like in high school, I'd say. I started to notice like didn't really care to like talk to guys or anything like that. I wasn't really super interested in guys. And like, oh, I'm staring at girls, I found myself more attracted to girls, and I was like, okay, like, oh, I'm bisexual, like, guys, like, I'm still gonna marry a boy, like, joke's on you guys. Yeah, so at first I would like tell my friends that, I didn't know how they would react, so I did that, which was like, whatever, it happens. And then I just was like, never kissed a guy, anything, just no interest in it, so obviously, we're okay. So yeah, so kind of going through all of that in high school. I mean, I wasn't like super out to everyone. Like if someone honestly, truly asked me if they were like, hey, like, do you like girls? Like, I wouldn't lie, obviously. But no one asked me. I don't know. I guess I didn't look very gay. A month into college, I cut all my hair off. And then I got a girlfriend like a week later, so apparently I had to cut my hair for everyone to realize I was gay. And immediately, like, guys in college stopped like trying to talk to me, which was like really good, because I was like, I have a rainbow bracelet on. Can't see that? Definitely not into you, sorry. So I really didn't know so LGBTQ, so I was the L, the lesbian, but there's the T, which stands for transgender, and I didn't know anybody that was trans. I don't know. It's weird, because that was something that like definitely wasn't talked about 5-10 years ago. I feel like no one really, there was like on TV there was like trannies and cross-dressers, and it was like always men wearing dresses. It was never like, I don't know, I feel like Chaz Bono was like the only person that I like kind of knew, but I didn't really. So it's crazy how like you can go your whole life not knowing any of these things and then like identify with them and be like, oh my god, this is it. Like when I was gay, I was like, yes, like I'm a lesbian, like fully embrace the gay like a lot. And which is really awesome. And I was way happier than I'd ever been. I'd way more out of my shell. I don't think I would be able to talk to a camera like literally before I came out. So yeah, so that's why I guess I'm kind of doing this, to kind of educate people on these things. Like if you don't know like what these other terms are or anything, like how do you not know that's like what your brain has been like telling you your whole life? So transgender is when you don't identify with the gender you were assigned at birth. So it's like, okay, you have a boy, and then you are thrown into all these stereotypical boy things, but you're like really like dresses and like you want to wear nail polish, you want to wear makeup and like more feminine things, and they're like, oh, he's just gay, like whatever, it's fine. And then that guy goes his whole life and like doesn't realize that like it like could be transgender, like that's possible, like that's a thing, that like he could take hormones and like look like a woman and appear as a woman and like live their life so happily, and like just something I didn't know. I didn't think that was possible. Like there wasn't all these guy things and stuff, and started wearing, you know, the more that time went on, the more comfortable I got with myself. I got out of some like relationships where like they didn't really want me to be super masculine. Like my hair was like a little bit, it was short, but it was like longer. It was like Justin Bieber-y. I wanted my hair like short, like, and I wanted to wear like button-up shirts and stuff like that, and like short sleeve button-up shirts and stuff like that, and like people like push that away and they're like, no, like, no, that's like it's too much. Like I sort of wore like girl bras and like girl underwear, and like I was never comfortable in that stuff. I finally started wearing boxers and like wearing guy pants. Like I used to just wear guy shirts and like girl pants because my body is very, very feminine. So I was like, there's no guy pants like that fit me. Lo and behold, found lots of guy pants that fit me. So the more I started, I guess, dressing the way that I liked, that I felt was really comfortable for me, the more the like learning about transgender things and watching videos and talking to people and meeting people who are trans and being like, oh, like I get it, like this, okay, like am I trans, like, huh? It's just like a very, very confusing thing. So for like the past 2 years I've been like watching videos, like so many YouTube videos, like over and over and over, and like, am I trans, am I not trans, like what's going on, like why do I like all these super masculine things, but like I'm such a like I'm such like a, my brain is so feminine, like but then there's like all these stereotypes and like what is feminine, what's masculine, like who made up these things, I don't know, they're literally so ridiculous. Like so I was fighting that for like so long, like yes, like I do like gentleman things where like I hold the door open for people, like, so does that just mean like I'm a nice person, like does that make me a guy, like what, like I mean I like to watch sports, but I'm not like sports, like yeah, like chug a beer sports, no, that's like not who I am. A very feminine personality, like see a spider, probably going to run in the opposite direction and not kill it. So yeah, it's all very confusing. So it's something that I fought with like for so long, and I was just like, I don't know. What's going on? Like, man, I'm just lesbian. I don't know. Are lesbians just like this? Like, what's going on? Somebody help me. So I finally took the time to do all that research. Spent a whole year watching thousands and thousands of videos, reading articles. It was hard because I didn't fully identify with people that were like, you know, trans, that were super masculine. Like, I was like, well, I don't have this desire to be like, ooh, like man, like just more of like, it's more my appearance. Yeah, so doing all this research, I was like, okay, like I don't know what is my gender, like what is going on, because I had all these feelings of like my body, like having like really bad body dysphoria about my chest and my hips, and like looking at pictures of guys, like just like they didn't even have to have like abs or anything, like whatever, like just being like, that's what I want, like, and I mean, oh, work out, like just work out and you'll look like that. Like, no, my chest is never gonna look like a guy chest. Like, I want to go to the beach and take off my shirt and just be wearing board shorts. Yeah, so about a year ago, for my own like sanity, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna see a therapist, I'm gonna see a gender therapist, and kind of just, I just need to talk to someone about this who has done this before, I guess. So I found someone, started talking to her. I went through probably the course of a year. I went to like 7 or 8 like hour-long sessions with her, and like going into it, I just wanted her to be like, I think I'd be like, yes, like you should transition, or like, no, maybe not, it's not for you. But at the end of the day, that's not how therapy works. But I do think everyone should go to therapy, like, anyway, even if you think you don't have any issues, just like go once. It's really like cool to just like talk to someone. But yeah, so I really just want her to like tell me yes or no, and of course it's not how it works. So she definitely was like, yeah, you definitely have like gender dysphoria, like, you know, the dysphoria with your chest and stuff like that, and like your hips, and like how you know, you don't feel like that's you, like that stuff feel like valid, those feelings are valid. I was like, awesome, okay. And like the things that correct those are getting top surgery, where you have your chest cut and basically will appear masculine. And just like, you know, that's something that's like how you, like, that's kind of a thing that relieves that dysphoria for most people. And like taking testosterone redistributes your fat and like makes your hips not look as wide, and you know, you build more muscle, and you know, stuff like that. Like, it's always been really hard for me to like gain muscle and weight, and I'm sure if I like actually knew what I was doing and tried really hard, probably possible. But testosterone definitely like helps you, like helps everything just make sense and become more masculine. And my voice, like, I've never really been a big fan of my voice either. I mean, it's not super high, but it just doesn't like feel right. And like facial hair is something that like I feel like I should have. I mean, I already have like a mustache, so it's like a beard. And I like stopped shaving my legs like 2 years ago, and they're like, looking at them right now, they're really hairy. Like, I feel like I already have like testosterone, like a lot more testosterone than estrogen in my body. My period's all messed up too. I never get my period. I'm just not meant to be a girl, basically. So it's just hard because I like, it's like, oh, my transgender, blah blah. Technically, like, not technically, but the way that I see everything is, I'm not comfortable in this body that I'm in, and it's like a dysphoria. It's just a feeling of like, I don't associate with certain things about my body. Those things can be changed, and it's not like I'm getting like these surgeries and stuff like that. It's like for aesthetic reasons. It's like, no, like I don't feel comfortable in my own body, sort of thing. I never really have. Like, this doesn't, I want to be able to take my shirt off at the beach and like just be free, be comfortable, like be who I really am inside. Like, I remember like when I was younger, like going to bed and just like praying like almost every night that I would wake up a boy. Like, I'm just like, please God, like when I wake up, like please let me just like be a boy. Like, that's just like all I ever wanted. And it's funny, like looking back on that now, like there was not one point where I thought like anything was off, I guess. Like, why did I think that? I wonder why. So going to therapy really helps because it's crazy. There's literally like so many different genders and stuff like that out there. And, you know, it's awesome because my therapist got to show me like, okay, just because like you don't feel like you want to be super masculine doesn't mean that you're not like trans. Like, that's not, there's different genders too. There's non-binary where you don't really feel, it's where you feel both, like you feel masculine and feminine. But I don't really, it's or neither, I think. I did that wrong. But anyway, so looking through all these different definitions, all these different genders, and trying to learn as much as I possibly can. Gender queer is one that like really stuck out to me, And there's kind of that kind of falls along with like non-binary. So genderqueer is basically, it's when you don't feel masculine or feminine, so you don't feel masculine or feminine necessarily, but like, or you feel masculine or feminine, but you don't identify with the like stereotypes for masculine or feminine, which is like, makes more sense because I don't have those like certain like things where like I want to just like be a burly man and like strong and like sports. Like I just don't have, I don't want that really. But also my body is very feminine and my brain is very feminine, so my brain's not going to change. Like when you take testosterone, like your brain just like cool, it's whatever, it's like testosterone fueled, so like get a little bit more energy, like a little like your sex drive is a little bit different, all different. There's lots of things that you can like look up if you're really curious. But like who you are as a person doesn't really change. Like I'm still like a personality, still gonna be the same. Still gonna be sarcastic and like weird and stuff. So that doesn't change. And just like certain facial things, like your face gets just like a little more angular, your fat redistributes different places, you get more muscle mass, like get hairier. Like your butt can get pretty hairy. Just scary hairy butt. But yeah, basically for me, end story to pull from this, if you're my friends or my family, like yes, I'm transgender. I've always felt like this my entire life. Like if I don't know, I don't really remember much of like my childhood, the things that you remember, a lot of things stick out, and definitely just never felt right as a girl. It just never felt right. And I always wish if I could just snap my fingers and be a guy, like that would be great. But I know that's not how it works, and it really took a lot of research to see that, like, for me to see that it was possible, like to transition, become a guy, and actually like look like a guy and get what I want, not get what I want out of it, but like it was possible. Like if you put in all this effort, like it could work. And there's not like a million crazy surgeries. There's really just like top surgery and like bottom surgery, which I don't think I want bottom surgery. Not really dysphoric about that. So, you know, when it comes to like pronouns and stuff like that, like people who are non-binary or genderqueer or whatever, using like they, them, their pronouns instead of he, him, or her, hers, she, all that confusing stuff. I know it's confusing, I know it's hard, but I really hope someday it just won't be like, maybe there won't be any pronouns. Yeah, right. But yeah, so with me personally, like, I don't know when I'm gonna start taking testosterone. It's always something I plan on doing. I mean, I've talked to my parents, most of my family about this. This is just kind of like an easier way to just like put it all on the table. So yeah, I don't know when I'll start doing that, but there will be a point when I don't look super feminine anymore. Like I never get misgendered. Everyone's just like, you're a lesbian, girl, she. But yeah, so there's gonna be a point where I start taking testosterone, and feeling more masculine, and I feel like that's just kind of like easier for everyone and myself to just kind of like readjust at that point, because if you start using he, him pronouns now, I feel like it's just like it's a lot of confusion. It's like weird, not weird, but like, for me, it's just like uncomfortable, it makes everyone uncomfortable. It's not like I'm doing this for other people, I'm doing this for myself, but I'm just like a nice person, and I'm forgiving, and I understand, I get it. I know it's hard. So yeah, I don't know, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow with a new doctor, and I'm really excited because she's actually trans too. So she is MTF, male to female, and I'm super excited to start going to like an LGBTQ friendly doctor where I can talk to her about all these different things and, you know, learn from her experiences and kind of just like get my blood drawn and see where my hormone levels are, like is T right for me, like testosterone, like what is, you know, figure all that stuff out, because I can talk about it all I want, but like until I have, you know, actual like facts and stuff, definitely be helpful. So basically, I don't know when to start taking testosterone. I'm sure I'll make like a post about it or something. But yeah, so when I do, it's just, I mean, starting whenever you want, it's just kind of easier to use like different pronouns and stuff. I'm gonna change my name. Obviously, Olivia is like a really feminine name. It never really felt like me. Every time I met like another Olivia, there was like super girly, and I was like, hey. Especially like job applications and stuff, and then like going in, and I feel like they're just like, oh, you're not what I was expecting. So never really didn't feel right. I think it's a really pretty name, and like, thank you, Mom. I love it, but it's not for me. So yeah, there's gonna be a point where I look more masculine and stuff like that. But if anybody, I don't really care. If you guys want to start using different pronouns, different name, that's totally cool with me. That's just gonna kind of make it easier in the long run. But basically, like, I kind of prefer they, them, their pronouns, just because the whole, like, I don't really feel like super masculine, super feminine. But obviously to everyone else in society walking by me, you know, talking to me, interacting with me, they're gonna be like he, him, or, you know, if depending on, it takes a while to kind of like look fully male. It takes time. So people are just gonna assume my gender a lot, which is fine. Might correct them, might not, it doesn't really matter. If I'm like going to Starbucks and they're like, hi, how are you, ma'am? Like, I'm not gonna be like, I'm not a ma'am, because like, oh, who cares? Can't get mad at people. Can't get mad at people. It's not worth getting mad about, really. So anyway, so I don't know when it's gonna happen. Hopefully soon. I'll let you guys know. And yeah, pretty excited. Because it's something cool. Something really cool. Because you can say now that you know someone who's trans, and you can stand up for people and hopefully educate people too about all this stuff. And yeah, but so the name that I kind of am choosing, that I'll change like officially and stuff at some point, is Levi. My parents, my family most call me Livy, so I was kind of like Levi instead of just being like, I'll just do Oliver, because I don't know, it's just not really me. So I'll change my name to Levi Christos. I was gonna do Christos originally because that's like what my name possibly would have been if I was born a guy, I think, because it's my grandfather's name, but then people just call me Chris, and that's not really like what I'm about. I don't know when I change all that stuff. Hopefully it'll be soon. I'm just gonna kind of figure out from the doctor like what she thinks is best for me, when to start testosterone, stuff like that. I'm gonna go from there, and yeah, I just wanted to like post this video too, obviously, not just be like, hey everybody. Yeah, just kind of try to talk to people about this, try to let them know about what's going on, if they care or not. I really don't care. If you don't agree with this, that's cool, you can unfriend me. I really don't care. But if you like have questions and you just want to like learn more or whatever, I'm totally open to like answering questions. That's totally fine. I have no problem with that. But if you're just gonna like automatically like comment bad things, I really hope nobody that I know or I'm friends with would like comment bad things, because like, why? I don't know. It just means you don't understand it, so then just like message me and be like, I don't understand it, and I'll try. But hopefully I got everything out in this video where I don't have to do that. Yeah. That's why I didn't want to like write a message, just make a video instead, trying to say everything instead of trying to write it all down and stuff like that. It's a lot. But yeah, so I'm trying to post a new video every week, just talking about gender, talking about transitioning and stuff like that, and just trying to update people. And I don't know if I'll post them directly on my Facebook every time. Probably not. Just like if you want to go to my YouTube that I'm putting this on, subscribe, whatever, and comment. For people who are watching this on YouTube, you can comment below. I'll try to answer your questions. I don't really know much yet, obviously. I'm not on T. So everything I know is just like what I've done for my own research. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions, message me, whatever. It's totally cool. I'll try to answer. I know this is a lot of information. This will probably be a really long video, and I apologize for that. But it's a lot of, that's why I didn't write it. Imagine if I wrote this, it would be like a book. I would have to write an entire book. Thank you if you watched this entire video. I appreciate that. Happy National Coming Out Day, everybody. You can do it. I really hope this inspires someone to come out. Maybe. Peace out. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go eat some food. And you should too. Don't forget to eat. Don't forget to drink water. Live your best life, guys. Just be you. Be your true self. Don't be afraid to ever be who you really are. Seriously, do not, like, Other people's opinions don't matter at all. Okay? Just remember that. Peace out.